afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. 各位朋友，多謝你哋今日嚟參加我哋今次嘅第26個新冠肺炎視像城市論壇嘅講座。今日嘅題目係中醫同免疫力嚇。So we are going to be talking about traditional Chinese medicine and immunity today. And I'm Diana Lau. I'm director of the Asian Health Institute at UCSF Health. 我係劉樹焱，係加大亞裔健康研究院嘅主任。And with us today is several traditional Chinese medicine experts here. And Dr. Liu is going to be the speaker that will be talking about the immunity in Oriental medicine and in English. And Dr. Yuwen Cen will be talking in Cantonese, and Dr. Ao would be, she is the vice president of the American Association of Chinese Medicine and Acupuncture, and she will be introducing this organization to us. And this lecture comes by as a joint effort between the Asian Health Institute and the AACMA. And so thank you all for your efforts and for joining us today. 咁我哋係多謝劉大禾中醫教授同埋沈玉文中醫師同埋歐小堅中醫師3位嘅中醫嘅精英嚟到我哋今日呢個講座嗰度同我哋分享呢個免疫力嘅喺中醫嘅角度睇免疫力嘅問題嘅。咁歐小堅中醫師咧就係呢個美國中醫師公會嘅副會長。咁呢個今日呢個講座咧，亦都係呢個美國中醫公會同我哋呢個亞裔健康研究院一齊合辦嘅。咁今日咧就有三四部分嘅。咁咧初咧我就會開始講一講呢個新冠肺炎嘅疫情啦，同埋西方免疫學嘅概念。咁然後跟住咧就會由歐醫生咧就介紹呢個美國中醫公會嘅，因為佢係副會長啊嘛。咁咧然後跟住咧就由Professor Liu 咧劉教授就介紹中醫嘅免疫力。劉教授咧就真係有列過講好多間大學嘅都係佢喺嗰度受教嘅。咁我哋係好高興係可以請到劉教授嚟呢度今日同我哋做呢個講座。咁佢咧就用英文講啦，咁跟住咧就係沈醫師咧就係用中文講嘅。咁跟住有個問答嘅時間。咁今日因為咁多樣嘢咧，就個行程都幾密嘅。So I'm going to start with giving you an update on COVID. Well, you know that we've been in a changing game ever since we have Omicron, right? Not only we have Omicron 1, now we have a subvariant called Omicron 2. And if you look at this colorful map, what you see is that it separates into regions, right? Red is Asia. This is Asia. Blue is Europe. This is Europe. Green is North America, which means is Canada and the US. And the blue is Latin America and the Caribbean. And the yellow down here is Africa. And then the purple is Oceania, which you can barely see at the very, very bottom. So you can see that all the waves, they kind of follow each other, right? Every section goes up and down pretty much the same way. And so what you see is that this is when Omicron first appeared, and that's mostly Omicron 1. And that's around December, January, February. And then starting in March, everybody has dropped all areas. And this is a global look, right? So individually, in small sections, you would have areas that would be bouncing up. As a matter of fact, in the last 2 weeks, many areas in the globe has a rebound in the number of cases. The part that is the most is Asia, the Western Pacific area, 21% rebounds. And globally, we have a 7% rebound. It's a situation that we can't be too tacit about yet, right? And this is not the cases. This is the number of deaths, a 7-day rolling average of the number of deaths. And this by itself is a more accurate reflection now of the situation because if you look at this smaller map, which shows the number of cases, the new cases, right? And the reason I put it smaller is because it's a little less important now. Because since February, we've been kind of pushing out and ask people to do rapid at-home testing. And when people do that, when they are positive, those results, by and large, are not reported. And so the number that we see in the number of new cases are really not reflective of the actual number of cases at all. Well, it has never been, but it will be even less now with the rapid testing at home. And so instead of looking at the rolling average, we are more interested in the number of hospitalizations and especially the number of deaths that's caused by the COVID these days. But around mid-February is when things were changing and Omicron 2 appears. That's a subvariant, sometimes called the stealth variant of Omicron. And the genetic composition is a little different and so it's either called Omicron 2 or Omicron BA2. Either way, this subvariant, which is another mutant, is found to be a little bit even more contagious than the original Omicron. And so we are just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Fortunately, in terms of severity of illness, we don't see that it is changing that much from the original Omicron. 咁各位，呢個咧就係而家呢個新冠肺炎死亡嘅圖嚟嘅。咁咧你見到呢個就係全世界啦，即係不同嘅地方啦，係嘛？咁紅色嗰度咧就係 Asia 啦。咁你見到最近咧 Asia 咧就曾經都係好低下嘅，咁咧但係就崩凹咗咯，就係因為呢個 Omicron 嘅爆發。咁但係而家都低翻㗎，呢個就係死亡嘅。死亡咧通常咧就係俾嗰啲新感染嘅 case 咧，就係大概4個禮拜之後，我哋先至會即係睇到嗰啲人死亡。咁通常咧就個數據咧就係比較慢啲咁多嘅。咁呢個圖咧就係嗰個新症得到確診嘅數據。咁呢個確診嘅數據咧，而家因為而家好多人喺屋企嗰度做嗰個快速檢測咧，就即係除咗有啲小嘅地方係有個制度俾嗰啲人係上網去登記啦，好似香港咁啦。但係大部分嘅人咧喺屋企嗰度做，譬如美國咁啦，我哋自己喺屋企嗰度做嗰個快速檢測咧，我哋係冇登記噶嘛。咁就算係陽性嘅，我都係即係都係自己去揾醫生啊，或者係食藥啊，自己搞掂嘅。咁所以咧而家呢個確診數據咧係唔係幾可信嘅？但係比相對嚟講咧個死亡嘅數據咧就比較係實在啲咯。So 而家嘅趨勢咧就係喺美國嘅16個州啊 ，OK 就係增加咗6至到成7-8%嘅。其實呢個 percent 咧就即係大家咧要即係唔使咁緊張，因為咧譬如我嗰個州係一個禮拜係即係平均數字啦，係得10個 case 嘅咁，佢增加7-8%都係70啫嘛，即係都係好低嘅數字。但係你話如果嗰個州係1萬個 case 嘅，如果佢增加7-8%，咁增加7倍咧就變咗7萬㗎，咁即係個數字係好唔同嘅。咁所以咧見個 percentage 嘅時候咧，就即係要睇下個底數到底個本數係咩嘢咧，咁先至講。不過始終嚟講咧，即係大家都有一個心理準備，就係增加得好快咯。即係佢係可以由6% 至到7-8% 咁樣增加嘅，即係不同嘅州份啊，係見到咁嘅情形。咁咧有16個州咧就係增加咁啦，就有15個州咧就係平穩過到嘅，就係冇增加嘅。咁然後有20個州咧就下降。咁其中咧20個州裏邊咧就係 New York 同埋加州啦，因為我哋好多唐人喺 New York 同加州住，係咪？咁咧 New York 同加州大概都係增加咗1倍到啦。咁呢個咧就係嗰16個州增加咗 case 嘅係咩州咧？就係呢堆啦 ，New Jersey 到 Nebraska 增得最多個倍數，但係 Nebraska 根本初嘅原本個本數感染嘅人咧唔係多嘅，所以佢增加咗7-8%，根本唔係增加好多人，即係大家要咁樣睇咯。So this is a picture of the COVID trends in the U.S. On the whole, some states that are rising, 16 states, 15 states, no change, and 20 states are declining. So when we look at the numbers as to globally in the previous slide, and we see that all the areas are going up, going down, But if you look at it more carefully, individual states and then further down, individual counties have different stories to tell. So we have to know where we are, what county we are in, and look at those numbers so that we know exactly what to do that's best for us. So, but if you see, despite the fact that some places, 16 states still have rising numbers, you look at this map, most of the US, all the COVID regulations have been relaxed. A lot of places no longer require you to show proof of vaccination or require you to wear masks indoors or outdoors, and a lot of people are going back to work now, and a lot of the eateries and other entertainment places are open, right? So we are pretty much relaxed now, despite the fact that now we know that of the cases that are confirmed, that 1 in 3 of those cases is the subvariant, Omicron BA2, so which is more infectious. So anyways, 呢個咧就係美國呢個地區嘅圖啦。咁你見到咧，大部分嘅地區係綠色嘅，綠色嘅係咩咧？代表好低度嘅措施嘅，即係根本係除咗係叫你，如果你未打針去打針啦嗰啲咁嘅之外咧，佢係冇咩特別嘅要求嘅。咁啊唔需要你戴口罩啦，又唔需要查你個有冇打針嗰個打針證啦，咁即係好放鬆噶啦。咁咧就高度地方要求嘅咧，就只係一啲少數嘅地區。你見到橙色嗰啲咧就係高度地方，即係仲有啲要求嘅，可能要你 show 啲打針卡啊，諸如此類嗰啲咁嘅嘢。但係我哋而家咧見到咧喺呢個Omicron 嗰度咧，3個感染嘅人之中啊，其中一個啊1/3啊係嗰個呢個 Omicron 嗰個變種嗰個病毒 Omicron 2。咁咧我哋不嬲都講啦，感染肺炎咧就3部曲啦。咁其中第3部曲咧，除咗傳播感染，第3部曲咧就係身體嘅抵抗力啦。咁咧當然講身體嘅抵抗力咧，我哋就要講係我哋嘅 immunity 係咪？ So these are the 3 steps for getting COVID, from transmission, exposure and transmission to infection to bodily defense. And in terms of bodily defense, immunity is what we are trying to look at now. And last month, we had invited Dr. Yuwen Cen from UCSF to talk about immunity from the Western medicine perspective. So today, we are very happy to have the experts here to talk to us about the Oriental medicine's perspective in immunity. And you'll see that it's very, very different. In the Western perspective, we talk about innate immunity and adaptive immunity mostly. Innate is what we are born with. Adaptive is when we are hit with a virus, how the body reacts. So, and it talks about all the different cells and lymphocytes and antibodies and T cells and B cells. And so none of that is mentioned in Oriental medicine, but in Western medicine, and that's what the researchers and the medical doctors would talk about. 上個月咧，我哋係講免疫功能，就係從西方醫學嘅角度講嘅。咁西方醫學角度咧，呢張圖片咧就係上次嗰個Dr. Chu 咧就係用嘅。咁咧就係話我哋總共咧就係可以分開嚟睇兩邊，一個咧就係先天嘅免疫性，一個咧就係適應性嘅免疫性。咁咧呢個咧就係天生啦，即係出世嘅時候與天俱來嘅。咁呢個咧就係當我哋遇到病毒嘅時候咧，係個身體嘅反應嘅。咁呢兩種免疫性咧就係用西方嘅醫學角度睇嘅。咁啊當然係講不同嘅細胞啊，白血球啊，嗰啲T 淋巴細胞、B 淋巴細胞嗰啲咁嘅細胞啦。咁啊同東方嘅醫學咧係非常之唔同嘅。咁喺從西方嘅角度睇咧，係咩係免疫系統咧？佢咧就係話，我哋年紀大啊，身體虛弱啊，肥啊，食煙啊，飲酒過多啊，好大壓力啊，或者係其他嘅疾病咁樣，譬如糖尿病咁，呢啲嘢咧，通通都會減低我哋嘅免疫系統嘅咁。但係咧，呢個係西醫嘅角度嚟就咁睇啦。但係中醫嘅角度咧，你陣間會聽到，亦都係非常之唔同嘅。Okay, so these are the way that we in Western medicine look at what would weaken our immune system, and clearly, all these things that we say from Western medicine is very different. You'll find that it's going to be very different than what Oriental medicine would talk about. I'm going to introduce Dr. Jenny Au now to introduce our speakers. And Dr. Ao is the Vice President of the American Association of Chinese Medicine and Acupuncture. And she's going to tell us a little bit of history about this AACMA, which is a great organization. And so I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Ao. 我而家就將請歐小堅中醫師咧，係同我哋介紹一下中國嘅中醫公會，同埋陣間介紹我哋嘅演講嘅嘉賓嘅。
各位朋友，大家好，我係歐小堅醫生，係美國中醫公會嘅副會長，好榮幸代表美國中醫公會簡單介紹一下美國中醫公會嘅同埋今日嘅講座。今日嘅講座係美國中醫公會同加州大學舊金山分校亞裔健康研究院合作共同舉辦嘅。呢個講座係中醫藥界每年一度嘅中醫國醫節慶祝活動之一。同時非常感謝 UCSF Diana 嘅幫忙組織呢次講座。Diana 做咗好多大量嘅工作，多謝你 Diana。美國中醫公會簡稱 AACMA 係一個政府註冊嘅非牟利機構，係加州最大嘅中醫執照針灸醫師專業團體。幾十年嚟一直為推動加州同埋美國中醫藥發展，維護同爭取中醫針灸界嘅合法權益，做咗大量有益嘅工作，成為咗行業嘅領航者。以下係美國中醫公會近年嚟主要幾方面嘅工作。公會每年為民眾義診，喺州府 Sacramento 州府大廈舉辦針灸日，向主流社會同埋政客宣傳中醫針灸。2016年促進成功恢復 Medicare 即係白卡嘅支付針灸，幫助低收入民眾爭取到醫療福利。每年舉辦各種大小學術活動、學術會議，不斷提高業界整體嘅學術水平。疫情開始，公會寫信俾當時嘅副總統彭斯，希望美國政府把中醫藥納入抗疫之中。公會會員自發捐款咗2萬多美元，並且寄去抗疫第一線嘅武漢醫院同埋醫生，同時捐贈抗疫物質俾本地社區醫院同埋醫生，好似東華醫院，為抗疫盡力提供幫助。美國中醫公會有個非常好嘅網站，個網址係 AACMAonline.com。公會有好多優秀嘅中醫針灸醫生，需要嘅時候大家可以進入網站尋找離自己屋企近嘅適合嘅中醫針灸醫生。Hello, every friends. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Jenny O, and I am the Vice President of American Association of Chinese Medicine and Acupuncture. The short name is AACMA. It is a great honor to speak on behalf of AACMA and briefly introduce AACMA and today's lecture. Today's lecture is organized by AACMA in cooperation with the UCSF Asian Health Institute. This lecture is one of the annual Chinese Medicine Day celebrations in the Chinese medicine industry. At the same time, I would like to thank UCSF Diana for helping organize this lecture. Thank you very much, Diana. AACMA is a non-profit organization registered with the government. It is the largest professional organization of licensed acupuncturists in California. A lot of significant work has been done by it for decades to promote the development of traditional Chinese medicine in California and the United States. The short name of traditional Chinese medicine is called TCM. And to safeguard and fight for the legitimate rights and interest for this community, AACMA becomes a leader in the industry. The following are the main aspects of the work of the AACMA in recent years. Every year, we provide free clinics for the public and hold an acupuncture day at the state capitol building to promote TCM and acupuncture to mainstream society and politicians. In 2016, promote the Medicare payment for acupuncture was successfully resumed, which is helping low-income people to obtain medical benefits. Numerous academic conferences various sizes are held every year to improve the overall academic level of this industry. Beginning of the epidemic, AACMA wrote a letter to then Vice President Mike Pence, hoping the U.S. government would include traditional Chinese medicine in the fight against the epidemic. AACMA members voluntarily donate $20,000 to Mohon Hospital and doctors on the front line of the fight against the epidemic. Donate anti-epidemic materials to the local community, like a Chinese hospital and doctors, and tried their best to help. AACMA has a wonderful website. The address is www.aacmaonline.com. There are many good quality acupuncturists in AACMA. When needed, you can enter the website to find a suitable TCM and acupuncture doctor near your home. 下邊請允許我介紹一下今日嘅講員嘉賓。今日嘅講員呢係劉大禾醫生。劉大禾醫生70年代畢業於上海中醫藥大學，嚟美後又獲得中醫臨床醫學博士。劉大禾老師具有45年嘅醫學經驗，係美國6所中醫藥大學嘅碩士同博士課程嘅資深教授同埋導師，桃李滿天下。佢喺美國任教中醫內科長達32年，同時佢係美國西醫學中醫針灸學院嘅教師，為美國中醫教育史上最長者之一。同時，劉醫生又係AACMA 嘅會員，資深嘅會員。非常多謝劉醫生嘅演講，同埋沈玉文醫生為呢個做呢個廣東話嘅翻譯。Dr. Dave Liu studied Chinese medicine and graduated from the Shanghai University of Traditional Chinese Medicine in the 70s. He then came to the United States and obtained a doctorate in clinical medicine of traditional Chinese medicine. Dr. Liu has 45 years of medical experience. Professor Liu has taught Chinese medicine for a long time, 32 years, in master's and doctoral programs in 6 Chinese medicine schools in the San Francisco Bay Area. He is also an instructor at the American Academy of Western Medicine and Acupuncture. I frequently invite speakers to many international conferences on TCM. Professor Liu also has given lectures at UCSF Health, Stanford University, and many others. Dr. Liu is now semi-retired, but he still practices in San Francisco. We thank Dr. Liu and Dr. Cen to give us presentation today. Dr. Liu speaks in English today, while Dr. Yuwen Cen will speak in Cantonese. Let's welcome Dr. Dave Liu to give us a lecture. 歡迎劉醫生為我哋講課。
多謝各位嚇，今日可以同大家一齊可以傾一傾呢個呼吸系統嘅傳染病。
Yeah, thanks for Diana Lau and Dr. O and Dr. Cen, and I'm very happy to share my experience with you.
我好高興可以同大家分享我嘅經驗。
Currently, everybody knows is Omicron disease, is infection disease, is a lot of people suffering this disease. That's why today the most topic we how to prevent to catch this Omicron disease or other through similar Crohn disease.
Yeah, 大家都知道 Omicron 呢個新冠呢個病毒肺炎咧就係一個傳染病嚟嘅，即係都有好多人可能都有過呢個都感染咗啦，你身邊亦都可能我哋即係話要嚟睇下即係話點樣可以防治呢個病。
Yeah, no matter what kind of the catch cold or the flu or the Omicron disease, Delta Crohn disease, all of the infection diseases, they relate our respiratory disease. And also we call the respiratory infection disease.
Yeah, 無論係邊一種病毒或者變種病毒嘅感染咧，我哋都係即係佢主要都係感染我哋嘅上呼吸道，所以我哋將佢叫做呼吸道感染性疾病。
Yeah, so that's why all of these diseases, their characters is very similar. Yeah, we have the three elements. So how to prevent this disease? First, we need to know these three elements.
即係呢啲無論係邊一種病毒變種病毒佢哋嘅即係表現都係非常相似嘅。首先咧，我哋要先了解下傳染病嘅3個要素。
Yeah， 第一個呢就係一個 infection source 啦，第二個呢就係一個 pathway 啦 ，infection pathway。第一個就係傳染源，第二個就係傳染途徑。第三個呢就係你嘅 immunity 啦。
第三個咧就係你嘅免疫功能。
Yeah， 所以呢，我哋而家呢 for public 呢點樣去治療，點樣去how to treat it, how to control the source. This is not our public duty. So we know how to build your immunity to prevent this disease. This is the most important for the public.
對於我哋普通人公眾嚟講咧，即係點樣去阻止呢個傳染病嘅傳播，唔係我哋嘅責任，但係咧，我哋嘅需要做嘅咧，就係點樣提高我哋嘅免疫力嚟對抗呢個病毒。
Yeah, so that's why when you catch this disease, of course, you need to call your doctor and dilate, and that's the most important things. And the second thing is how to cut, this pathway. Yeah, you need a social distance with, the patient. That's wear the face mask. Then everybody know that. But today we talk about for yourself how to build and boost your immunity.
第一個咧，第一個咧，我哋就要如果我哋發現我哋懷疑感染咗呢個病，就要先聯繫醫生趕緊聯繫醫生。第二個咧，我哋就可能要同其他人保持一個社交物理社交距離即係防止同埋戴呢個口罩防止傳染俾其他。 其他人。
Yeah, from no matter Western medicine and Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, all of the respiratory disease, especially infection disease, is from the outside. We also call the exterior evil is invade your body. And that's the most important, they are first characters.
佢呢個無論係即係話呢個新冠病毒啊，抑或係其他嘅呼吸道傳染病，佢哋都係即係通過外界環境感染嘅。我哋中醫將佢稱為外邪。
Yeah, such as this time we saw the Omicron, why is it not very severe? Because they different from the COVID-19 pneumonia. So pneumonia is a little bit more deeper, but Omicron, most of the percentage, they only invade your upper respiratory tract. So that's why a little bit different location. So some flu and some viral, they mostly attack your upper respiratory tract.
OK， 所以呢個最近流行嘅呢個Omicron 嘅呢個病毒咧，佢嘅感染咧同肺炎有啲唔一樣，佢主要咧都係攻擊我哋嘅上呼吸道。
That's why no matter which type of the viral and the bacteria or the other evils, so the traditional Chinese medicine, the treatment, the principle pretty similar. The etiology and the pathology, we are always the same treatment for how to dispel these evils.
Okay， 對於無論我哋嘅呢個上呼吸道係感染咗病毒，因為細菌，因為其他嘅病原體，喺中醫裏邊咧，我哋都係治療方面都係比較相似嘅。
Yeah, so that's why Chinese medicine, the traditional Chinese medicine, usually we say the 7 exterior infection evils, such as the wind, the cold, the summer heat, the damps, the dryness, the heat, and also I put the toxin. A special reason we categorize all of the Crohn disease like Delta, Omicron, even the Omicron, the 2, subtype 2, the same thing is with the toxin. That's the from the exterior evils.
Yeah， 我哋中醫咧就認識到咧，即係話呢啲即係唔同嘅病原體嘅感染，即係都係從7種病因咁樣7因學説嚟講。咁呢7個因咧就係包括咗風寒、暑、濕、燥、火、毒。呢個毒咧就好似我哋最近嘅呢個Omicron 啦，同埋前面即係話稍為舊年年底嘅一個 Delta， 佢都係同毒係有關係嘅。
Yeah, so that's why these toxins are added. Traditional Chinese medicine etiology only 6 exterior evils, but recently I saw after global warming, yeah, we saw the toxin disease more, especially like a viral disease. That's why I add a toxin. So when we treat this like a current, like a flu or the Omicron, we should be at how to detoxify toxin, the treatment the principle. That's the most important.
OK， 呢個後邊咧，即係話我哋嘅傳統嘅中醫學咧，就係其實只有7因嘅啫，就係只有風寒暑濕燥火。我咧就特別就加咗呢個毒就因為咧而家嘅即係話全個地球嘅即係溫度上升啦，即係氣候嘅即係話暖，即係個暖啦，導致可能咧就同呢個 toxic 嘅產生有關係，即係呢個毒嘅產生有關係。所以咧喺呢啲治療呢啲咁嘅由呢啲病原體引起嘅最近治療呢啲咁嘅感染性疾病咧，我都清毒解毒係好重要嘅。
Yeah. So later we will be discussing with one of the famous pattern we call the 莲花清瘟饮. So we will talk about how to use this formula to treat the toxin, but not all of the toxin. But back to again, for most of the respiratory system, the etiology related wind, cold, heat, damp, and toxin. So we depend on which toxin, such as the COVID-19 pneumonia in the beginning in the Wuhan, they usually is a cold, damp toxin. But now it's a little bit change. After the contagious, all of the world, mostly recently we see the Omicron. This is a different type of the toxin. They usually like a heat, damp heat toxin. So that's why I treat them a little bit different. When you choose the pattern herbal medicine, should be careful. So you should be diagnosis with Chinese medicine first, then you pick up which pattern medicine for you.
OK， 嗱，雖然我哋講到毒咧，但係毒咧都有唔同嘅毒。咁比如好似我哋即係2020年喺武漢嘅嗰個一開始爆發時候，佢表現出嚟嗰個毒咧就係一個我哋中醫嘅發現咧就係一個叫做寒，即係寒毒啊，即係帶有寒氣嘅。咁但係咧最近咧呢個後期。最近呢段時間嘅變種咧，呢個毒咧就係多數就係一個濕熱毒為主，所以咧喺我哋即係選擇用邊一種中藥成藥嚟治療過程中咧，你要即係鑑別好係屬於邊一種毒。咁我遲啲都會同大家介紹下嗰個蓮花清瘟呢個成藥係適合邊一種毒。
Sorry, next one that we talk about when the exterior evils invade your body, and mostly they attack your lung first. In TCM medicine, and the lung is a cover. Lung is a control all of the body service. So when you catch cold, when you catch toxin, when you catch viral, it's from the air. So usually they attack your lung first. That's from the TCM theory.
從我哋中醫嚟講咧，即係話呢啲病毒啊，呢啲叫做外邪入侵，佢首先咧就會犯肺，肺咧就喺中醫嚟，我哋認為佢係好似一個華蓋咁，即係主要係喺上邊保護住人嘅。仲有咧我哋嘅全身嘅即係皮膚啊呢啲即係防止呢個外邪入侵嘅時候咧，都係好多都係通過皮膚咁，亦都係一個肺嘅，即係我哋都認為佢同係肺有關係嘅。
So that's why when we want to increase your immunity, it's very important as how to increase your lung and their immunity. So your lung is stronger, your immunity very stronger. So all of the service, exterior service will be very strong defense all of these exterior evils. Your defending system will be much stronger to prevent any exterior evils came to your body.
Yeah, 所以咧喺講到我哋點樣提高我哋嘅免疫力嘅時候咧，我哋就一定要去保護好我哋嘅肺，因為咧我哋嘅肺係負責呢個即係保護我哋嘅即係呢個全身嘅表面嘅呢一個防止外邪入侵嘅，所以要強壯我哋嘅即係要保護好個肺咯。咁就保護好個肺咧，咁啲外邪咧就唔係咁容易入侵。所以呢個就係我哋中醫嘅理論點樣去提高免疫力。
Why some people catch the Omicron like 2 times, 3 times, even you already got the vaccine shots, maybe 2 shots, 3 shots, but they still can catch it. But some people, they may not catch it very easily, and because the immunity is a little bit different. So such as during the pandemic time, my office only closed for 3 months. And then we restart again until to now. Every day I saw many patients, but we touch a lot of patients. We're not sure these patients may carry some viral or the Omicron, but we never catch it because we know how to increase, how to enhance your lung immunity.
Yeah， 點解咧？我哋都聽講有啲人咧打咗3針啊，亦都有啲人咧就即係感染咗喺最近咧3年感染咗3次啊，或者2次。咁即係呢啲咧就點解你有一啲人咧就好似就一直都冇感染到？咁即係話呢個區別咧，可能就係喺呢個肺氣嗰個呢個肺嘅免疫功能方面。咁好似我舉我自己嘅例子，我就係喺疫情期間，我基本上咧就只停咗3個月診嘅啫。其他時間咧我都正照常咁樣接診病人。咁亦都好難避免，可能有一啲病人係自己感染咗啊，都唔知道啊，就入咗嚟。但係咧我都冇感染到，所以咧就我認為咧就同呢個肺氣嘅強壯有關係。
At the other hand, the people why often to catch cold and also often catch this viral, that means their immunity, the upright qi deficiency. That's why the TCM, the classical books in the class, they have very famous sentence. When your upright qi deficiency or service defensing qi deficiency, and the evil qi will be coming. And just like your house, your defensing is very poor, and then the robber easy to came to your house. So that's the same thing.
OK， 就點解有一啲人咧就好容易感冒，即係平時都好容易感冒嘅，咁佢對呢個病毒咧又特別容易感染嘅。呢種人咧就即係我哋就講叫做即係正氣啊，正氣虛。咁正氣我哋中醫講正氣虛嘅人咧就邪氣就肯定會好中意湊埋嚟，即係好中意侵襲㗎啦。就咁就即係好似比喻成我哋嘅房屋，如果我哋都個門窗啊都冇關好嘅，即係都冇唔堅固嘅，咁就好容易有即係其他嘅嗰啲賊啊就好容易入嚟。
That's why we talk about the TCM treatment principle, but we not ask you treat this disease because you are not doctor. But as you know how to treat the disease from the TCM, the principle. What is the principle for the TCM treatment?
所以呢個咧，我就想同你介紹下一個治療嘅原則，因為咧治療嘅方法咧就好難教識你哋大家啊，點樣去治，但係咧大家最起碼知道我哋中醫嘅治療原則係乜嘢。
Yeah, I just make an example. Some bad guy went to your house, so that time's how to deal with them. Of course, you open the door, open the window, let it out. Yeah, you don't want to fighting with them because 50-50 chance you maybe lose. And maybe you win, maybe you lose, but only 50-50 chance. So better way, you scare them, let it go out. So for your body is the same thing. When you catch the viral or the exterior evils, and the first things need despair. You need to completely despair as soon as possible.
解表驅邪。咁就好似一個，假如有小偷嚟咗你屋企咁，咁你第一個咧就希望打開你個門窗，等佢即係話快啲走，你就即係話如果你真係要同佢打過咧，咁其實你嘅可能有50%嘅機會係你打贏，50%機會係佢贏，所以係。即係話最好嘅方法其實都係有一啲震懾嘅方法啊，將呢個小偷打開門窗就將呢個小偷嚇走，咁呢個係比較好嘅方法，所以呢個就代表我哋第一個方法驅邪。
So that's why when you catch the cold, when you catch a flu, when you catch the Omicron, you may not eat too much tonic food. You may not eat ginseng and any tonic protein product, or you maybe eat a lot of the food. No, the completely wrong. That's why some patients always told me after that they still feel very sick. They always feel tired. They want to eat some chicken soup or eat some ginseng product. Is wrong. When you catch cold, remember your first time you need to completely dispel first. So the Chinese medicine usually used like ginger or onion or some herbal medicines to completely dispel. Once exterior evil gone, then your energy will become back.
OK， 所以咧，我哋即係話就好似我哋即係要即係話第一個治療咧就係驅邪而唔係話去呢個時候去補呢個時候咧去食人參或者係飲雞湯即係話呢個咧就可能咧就即係話會將個即係個病邪就困咗喺裏邊，所以我哋有呢個遇到呢個感染初期嘅時候，第一個方法係要驅邪，而唔係去補。
Yeah, that's why when you catch this one, you find any like professional doctors or acupuncturists, herbalists. Let they treat you. You may not, got any like people introduce some food, some herbal medicine. Sometimes it will be mistake and let your external evil hiding your body. That's why your stage will be getting much longer. So some people, why they sick, they always, when you catch cold, catch flu, always take about 1 week or 2 weeks to recovery. For my students, I teach them how to treat it. Most of it was 3 days, you should be recovery because we know how to complete the despair to each individual exterior evils.
OK， 所以咧，如果你感染咗，即係發現自己的確係感染咗呢個病毒咧，最好第一時間咧就係去請教呢個中醫或者針灸師即係呢啲請佢哋開藥或者俾啲建議俾你而唔係話自己去聽信一啲即係話周圍人嘅傳說嘅一啲好嘅藥物或者係食療，自己去處理因為即係話喺驅邪嘅時候咧我補充句頭先我講漏咗驅邪嘅時候咧最好咧就用一啲即係話生薑或者係一個嗰啲 onion 即係個洋葱嗰啲咧佢有一定嘅驅邪作用咁對於我嚟講我個一般嚟講咧有人感冒咧就要拖1-2個星期嘅，咁但係咧我教我個學生咧大部分佢哋治療感冒咧一般係2-3日就應該得到一個明顯嘅改善㗎啦。
Yeah, even a lot of students this time they got the Omicron. I always ask them, okay, don't eat too much food. You mostly drink water. This is the most important because you may sweat, you may have a fever, you may be dehydrated, so you need the water. The second thing is you take more rest, you take more sleep. That's the most two important things. And then you will be much fast. And plus is herbal medicine. If you can take a herbal medicine, you are recover. Most of it, they just like for a few days, they back to the normal.
OK， 所以我咧教我個學生咧，如果即係話佢哋感染嘅時候，我指導佢哋咧，我都係叫佢哋可以要減少你嘅即係食物，即係話俾你嘅平時食嘅即係個量要減低第一個，第二個咧就要多啲飲水呢個咧就即係話第三個咧就要多啲休息呢個如果你有條件嘅話可以就食啲中藥。呢個係最好嘅同埋最快能夠即係話解決問題嘅方法。
Okay, first section we talk about how treat the ingredient introduced for everybody. The next topic we talk about how to improve your immunity. That's the most important route for how to prevent all of the not only for Omicron, for all of the exterior evils. Next slide.
Yeah. 前邊咧，我哋講咗即係點樣去治療呢個即係話感染咗之後點樣去自己點樣去處理下邊咧我就會講一個最重要嘅就係點樣提高我哋嘅免疫力你提高咗你嘅免疫力咧，你就可以去預防將來可能會發生嘅各種嘅傳染病。
So yeah, we gave you these two very important principles. Yeah, the first how to strengthen your body defense system. As we emphasized before, the lung control your defensive system, and defensive system mostly on your surface, include the skin, hair, but mostly we call the defensive system. If your defensive system very stronger, so the evil they cannot get in. So that's the most important.
Yeah. So 提高免疫力咧，第一個咧，我哋就要強壯我哋嘅胃氣，即係胃咧就保衛嘅意思。呢個將我哋嘅胃氣提高咗之後咧，就可以即係可以防止外邪。
The second one important that you have to enhance your internal upright qi. We usually call Chu qi, upright qi, correct qi, and that's the most important. That you are inside, you have a defensive system. Even some evil came in, but you can scare them out. You have a gun to shooting, let it go. So that's the most another important principle how to improve your internal upright qi.
Yeah. 第二點咧，提高免疫力就要提高我哋內在嘅正氣，亦都有人講係叫真氣。咁呢個咧就係即係話可以幫助我哋即係防止呢個外邪入到去裏邊，即係佢就可以即係好似你喺即係話有啲人有槍喺屋企，咁佢就可以即係外邊嘅賊入咗嚟之後咧，佢就可以即係話震懾到，即係話呢啲賊就即係趕走佢哋。
That's why how to enhance your upright qi. The first, very important, that you have the self-differentiation. That's why very important. I think Diana this morning passed some questions to me. One of the questions, I always try how to, improve your defensive qi or the immunity. This is a very important, the TCM, differentiation. So a lot of people introducing, which food is good, which herbs are good, and they're good for you, but may not good for me. That's very important. TCM treat the patient is individualized. It's not like a medication. Medication treat the disease, not treat the person. But the TCM herbal medicine treat the person, treat your constitution, not treat your disease. That's why first you have to self-differentiation for your constitution.
咁樣點樣提高我哋嘅胃外之氣咧？咁中醫咧就其實係最講究咧，就要自己可以能夠即係話搞清楚自己嘅體質因為我哋中醫同西醫唔一樣嘅咧，就西醫咧佢嘅藥物咧大多數係針對嗰個病邪比如針對病毒呢樣嘢嘅。咁但係我哋中醫咧就係嘅治療咧，往往都係提高我哋提高我哋自身嘅功能，係一個即係幫助自我療愈。
Yeah, one of the questions asked, how do I know I'm weak, low immunity? So mostly we can see called the qi deficiency, because the qi we already say include many of the qi, include the internal upright qi, include the exterior defensive qi, as well as the other type of the qi, but at least they include these two type of the important qi. So qi deficiency person usually, especially lung qi deficiency, usually people easy to shortness breath, such as when they little bit of activity, they feel shortness breath, and the voice lower. They don't like to speak very much because when they speak, they feel the more weak. The voice very soft and lower, and often fatigue. Yeah, and the most important things, they often to catch cold, catch flu. So almost every month they catch the flu, like a running nose, or any flu coming, like a flu season coming, they will be got a flu. Even some people had flu shots, but they still got a flu. That means their immunity lower, and the qi, defensive qi is weak.
Yeah, 咁點樣知道我哋係一個胃氣不足咧？咁胃氣有好多時候咧，我哋都即係話同肺氣有關即係佢係個肺氣不足。一般肺氣不足嘅表現咧，就係氣短啦，氣短就即係話行兩步就開始氣促啦。 仲有咧就係聲音一般咧就唔係太中意講嘢，唔係中意講咁多嘢，或者聲音咧比較低比較沉因為講得嘢多咧佢就覺得好氣。咁仲有咧就係經常都感覺唔夠力啦，好容易攰啦，同埋最重要一點咧就好容易感冒嘅，即係一到感冒嘅季節就感冒，或者甚至係你打咗疫苗之後咧都好容易感染，都仍然係感染個病毒。
Yeah, that's why many like a chronic disease, such as the people have a chronic bronchitis, or the people may have this diabetes. This chronic disease, they easy to have a qi deficiency constitution because the chronic disease, they will be damaging your upright qi. Your all of the defensive system automatically will be lower than the normal person.
仲有一種情況咧，就係啲慢性疾病，即係有慢性病啊，比如係一個慢性嘅慢阻肺啊，或者係一啲糖尿病啊，呢啲長期嘅病患者咧，佢亦都好容易係有氣虛嘅表現。
And the next type is a blood deficiency. Blood deficiency person, they mostly looks like a pale face, such as anemic, and people lost like blood or the after delivery, and the people usually feel very weak and pale face, and easy to palpitation, and usually heart beat a little bit faster than the usual, and also complain some dizziness. That usually is called blood deficiency. Why we need to differentiate? Because we use a different kind of food, a different kind of the herbal medicine.
第二個咧，我哋睇下咩叫氣虛。氣虛咧，一般咧都係嗰個面色蒼白啊，冇咩光澤。咁一般咧就係比如係有啲係貧血嘅人啦，或者係有啲係失血之後嘅人咧，就即係最明顯啦呢種現象。咁咧佢往往咧就容易表現為心慌，即係自己覺得個心跳得好快。另外一個咧就係頭暈。眼花，即係呢啲都係一個血虛嘅表現。即係我哋點解要鑑別氣虛同血虛咧？因為唔同嘅虛、唔同嘅症咧，唔同嘅體質咧係要用唔同嘅藥嘅，或者係唔同嘅食療。
Yeah, the next one is yin deficiency and yang deficiency. And a lot of chronic disease, they may have yin deficiency, such as lung TB or the diabetes, or such as after medication, after the chemotherapy, after radiation, and because they damage your body fluid, they damage your yin, so automatically you have a yin deficiency. What is the yin deficiency person show? And very similar menopausal. If you, a woman, have menopausal symptom, it's very similar. They automatically like face flush and also night sweats, feel dryness, and they feel a little bit the lower back soreness. That's the usually called the yin deficiency. They feel more like a warm, flash hot flash.
Okay. 嗱，陰虛咧就表現咧就係多數都見於一啲慢性病啦，比如好似肺結核啊，或者係結核啊，仲有咧就係呢個即係佢個陰虛嘅表現咧就一啲糖尿病啊，咁佢都會有仲有係一啲腫瘤嘅病人經過化療同放療之後，嗰個身體裏邊嗰啲液體咧就即係丟失咗。佢嘅表現其實就好似同更年期婦女出現嘅即係潮熱啊，盜汗，即係夜晚出汗仲有呢個好怕熱，仲有個拳即係話個面上好紅嘅，同埋成日都覺得好口乾。
The last type of yang deficiency because the TCM usually divide the yin and the yang as two elements. So yang deficiency is opposite. People always feel cold. Even the summer, their four extremities, they always feel cold. The winter, they complain is more, and also they feel the face also pale. Some people also have edema. Yeah, that's the called yang deficiency. That's why I see the temperature, big difference, your constitution difference, your treatment is a big difference when we treat the yin deficiency or the yang deficiency.
陽虛咧就係陰虛嘅另一個即係反面，咁佢咧就係樣樣都怕凍嘅，即係成個四肢啦，同埋身體啦好凍咯，仲有咧就面色咧都係好蒼白嘅，咁所以啲陰虛同陽虛咧即係兩種嘅治療咧係完全唔一樣嘅。
Now we talk about herbal medicine. I think you already have a lot of knowledge for the food, for nutrition. I think Diana Law already hold many seminars for the nutrition. But today I maybe emphasize for some herbs. This herbs is a single use. It's a very simple and easy to get it. And also you can drink as tea. So first I will be introduced ginseng. Most people know ginseng, this famous herb, but I need to let you know we have a different type of ginseng. You should be select the correct ginseng for your constitution.
Yeah, 下邊咧，我哋就介紹一啲中藥。我都知道Diana 咧，佢都已經同大家有講過好多營養學啊各方面嘅知識。咁我哋呢個咧就專注於介紹一啲比較常用嘅中藥點樣用呢啲中藥嚟同你即係補你嘅提高你嘅免疫力。第一個咧就係人參，呢個咧係都好常見而且人參咧就可以好簡單，可以即係用嚟沖茶飲就可以㗎啦。但係咧大家知唔知道人參咧有唔同嘅種類嘅？
Yeah, the ginseng, as you know, is most for tonify qi as well as also can tonify the blood. Because in Chinese medicine, qi and the blood is a mother-son relationship. When you want to tonify the blood, you also need to enhance your qi first before tonify the blood. That's why the first one, the ginseng, good for the qi deficiency and the blood deficiency and the qi and the blood both deficiency.
人參嘅作用咧就主要係可以補氣又可以補血。咁我哋都知道氣同血咧就好似一個母子咁嘅關係嘅。要補血之前咧，首先要補氣。咁人參咧就既可以單純補氣，又可以單純補血，亦都可以氣血兩補嘅。
So they also emphasize, the ginseng emphasize is two organs. First is the lung. As we emphasized before, the lung manage all of the defensive system and the service. The second one, the ginseng also can go to benefit your spleen. Spleen in Chinese medicine usually means internal. Your internal digestive system and also representative for your internal upright qi, because the spleen is a mother of the lung. So the ginseng also can tonify the spleen to stronger your lung. That's the perfect herbs for internal upright qi and service defensive qi.
Yeah. 人參咧，佢係可以補兩個臟器嘅。第一個就肺啦，我哋講過肺就係一個即係代表嘅喺我哋嘅身體嘅表層胃外，即係保衛我哋嘅身體表層嘅一個氣啦。咁另外一個咧就係可以健脾嘅，即係益脾。呢個脾咧就代表我哋嘅裏邊嘅正氣同埋真氣。咁人參咧呢個係一個好好嘅藥，兩個氣都可以補，就即係啱好符合晒我哋前面講嘅一個係補胃氣第二個係補即係裏邊嘅真氣正氣。
So that's why when you use the ginseng, it's a very benefit for you. But be careful, we have 3 different types of the ginseng. Don't buy the wrong one. If you buy the wrong one, you not only mistake, you worse your constitution. Such as if your body is cold, you use the cold type of ginseng, or your body is warm, you use a warm type of ginseng. This completely will be mistake.
Yeah. 我哋即係知道人參咁好，但係大家要搞清楚人參咧，其實有3種唔同嘅性質嘅，咁啊千祈唔好用錯，因為咧如果你係一個寒嘅體質，你又用咗寒嘅嗰種人參，咁即係或者你係熱嘅體質，又用咗一個熱嘅嘅人參，咁可能咧就會即係令情況仲要即係變壞添嘅，唔單止係補唔到，仲可能會變壞。
Yeah. So first we talk about the Chinese ginseng. Chinese ginseng, we have a different type of the Chinese ginseng, but the most famous we call the Changbai San, Changbai Mountain. That's the usual northern of the China. These ginseng, usually their temperature is neutral. Yeah, we use more often, mostly for like a qi deficiency, lower energy, low immunity, or even the people want to anti-cancer prevention. We also use this type because they most fixed for most type of the people and the qi deficiency.
第一個咧，我介紹嘅就係中國嘅長白山嘅人參。呢個人參咧，佢係性質係平嘅，係中性嘅，所以咧就適合即係好多氣虛嘅體質。佢個即係比如啲慢性病啊、腫瘤啊呢啲，即係佢係嘅適用範圍比較廣一啲。
The next one is Korea ginseng. Korea ginseng, we have another nickname called the red ginseng because they just toast it. They use the raw ginseng and toast it, compress, and then the temperature completely change to warm temperature. That's warm temperature ginseng, mostly good for your young deficiency person.
Okay. 第二個咧，我哋介紹呢個韓國人參。韓國人參咧又叫紅參。紅參咧其實咧係因為佢點解係呢個顏色咧，就係佢將人參咧就放去嗰個 toast， 即係喺個烤爐嗰邊烤過，咁啊變成咁嘅樣，所以就改變咗佢嘅性質，佢有一個溫熱嘅性質。咁呢個溫熱嘅性質咧，就適合一啲我哋前面講嘅陽虛啊、體寒嘅病人。
Yeah, Korea ginseng, they have many different the levels. So for most people use it, I just want to buy like a cutting shape Korea ginseng. This is cheaper and this is also worse. But they also have some can Korea ginseng. They have 5 levels. The highest level called the heaven. The heaven, earth, human, and good, and cutting. So cutting is a lower level, but the cutting piece usually they shape on the heaven, earth level, the ginseng. That's why the material is good, but it just looks like a pieces of ginseng, not good. If you use for yourself, I recommend you buy the cutting Korea ginseng. If you want to use as a gift for your parents, for your friend, of course you buy the organic like 1 can Korea ginseng, but price is a much difference, maybe from 1 to 5 times difference.
呢個韓國人參咧都有好多檔次嘅，就分為天地人。嗰個就係稍為即係話最低嘅一個檔次，咁咧佢哋嘅價錢會差好遠嘅，咁啊有可能相差5倍以上嘅。所以如果你係自己食咧，你其實可以買一啲即係話即係最普通嘅嗰個檔次嘅紅參，但係如果你想作為送人啊或者係孝敬父母啊，咁你可能即係要買好少少嘅。
Next one is called America ginseng. Another nickname called 花旗參. Yeah, and that's America ginseng. But America ginseng more cool temperature, not very cold, but also is a little bit cooling. So that's usually for people who have a dry or the warm or the hot flush and like yin deficiency, the patient constitution.
另外一個咧就係我哋比較熟悉嘅美國人參，就係亦都俗稱叫花旗參。佢嘅性質係涼嘅，適合一啲即係燥熱嘅體質，即係比我哋前邊講嘅陰虛啊，經常都感覺到熱啊、口乾啊呢啲 即係咁嘅人。
So that's why first you need to understand when we use the ginseng can raise your upright qi, but be careful, you need to choose the correct one for you, okay? Sometimes in Chinese family, they also like put some herbs in the soup, and you cook some chicken soup or the beef soup. Yes, we never put some ginseng because ginseng is too expensive. But if you have some financial good finance, you can also buy ginseng, cook with soup. But we recommend use another type of the 25 qi herbs called the dangsheng. Dangsheng is a very similar Chinese ginseng, but much weak. But its price maybe a little bit cheaper and also more like a neutral and more minor and almost no side effect.
嗱，咁我哋前邊咧講咗呢3種人參咧，大家就要注意根據自己嘅體質嚟選擇，唔好買錯。而家咧就我同你介紹呢種咧有佢唔屬於人參，但係咧佢亦都係一種參，亦都可以補氣，係叫黨參。佢嘅性質比較平和，同埋價錢咧都比較平。咁適合咧大家煲湯嘅時候，因為一般嚟講人參好矜貴，我哋都即係唔捨得放落去煲湯，但係呢個黨參咧就最適合煲湯。咁佢嘅作用咧就相對肯定就平和一啲啦，同埋佢嘅即係價錢亦都比較適中，適合即係比較大眾化，可以煲湯全家一齊用。
That's the talk about the single herbs. And now we talk about one of the famous formula from the traditional Chinese medicine. The name is called Yu Ping Feng San, Jade Screen Power. You can see this name. They have a very strong screen made from stone. There's a special stone, jade. That's why no matter what kind of the stronger wind or the exterior evils, they cannot through this screen. That's what we call the Yu Ping Feng San.
我而家咧就介紹完單個藥物，而家我就介紹成藥。呢個係最出名嘅一個成藥，係可以用嚟防止感冒嘅，就叫做玉屏風散。玉咧就係好，大家都知道佢係一種石頭，好名貴嘅石頭，係好矜貴嘅。咁屏風咧就係即係話可以同我哋過濾到一啲邪氣，咁即係話用玉嚟做屏風嘅，即係講明呢個方係好即係好矜貴嘅咯，好重要。
Yeah, they have 3 ingredients. This 3 ingredients very simple, and you can cook together as like herbal tea, or you can also add these herbs to your soup, your favorite soup, because most of these herbs not much color, not much smell, and usually good for the whole family to share. Even the kids also maybe like it. And some herbs like dangui, they smell too stronger, and also they only maybe for women, maybe the man maybe not good, use too much dangui. That's why I may not use dangui for soup very often. But these herbs very often we can use with the soup.
嗱，呢個玉屏風散咧由呢3個藥黃芪、白朮、防風組成。呢比較個藥方比較簡單啦，同埋呢啲藥物嘅個味道都唔會話好重，同埋個顏色亦都唔會話太沉。咁比較適合煲湯，全家一齊飲，包括細路仔都可以用。就我知道大家可能即係話都會有人用當歸煲湯。當歸呢個味道係好重嘅，即係可能適合對於女性咧比較適合，但係對於男性就唔一定係咁適合啦。所以但係呢個咧就係一個老少咸宜嘅家庭，即係可以家庭用嘅一個方，可以用嚟煲湯嘅。
Yeah, so that's why you can choose. You can choose the pattern. You can go to the herb store. They usually have this pattern. You just buy some powder or the tablets. So follow their direction to take it. And on the pandemic times. So that's usually can prevent all of the exterior evil. But remember, this herb is not used when you catch any cold, flu, and viral. When you catch again, first principle, dispel. So this is what we should be take before you catch, preventive treatment.
呢隻藥咧就係亦都可以買到成藥嘅製劑嘅。大家咧如果話即係話唔能夠接受煲湯啊，咁都可以去買嘅成藥。但係咧要注意呢隻藥咧係用於預防。如果你感染咗嗰下已經出現症狀啦，或者你已經確定你自己感染咗啦，咁就唔適合再使用啦。
Yeah, so I just a little bit introduce you single herbs. The first 黃芪，廣東人叫薄芪。Yeah, actually 黃芪 used very often. They especially can enhance your service defending qi. So that's the most we common use for how prevent evil, how to prevent exterior evil qi. This is the most important to enhance your defending qi.
我介紹呢個方嘅藥物組成下，第一個係黃芪，講有屬精北芪，咁佢咧就係一個最好嘅可以固表氣嘅作用，咁就我哋講固肺氣同埋表氣就可以即係提高我哋嘅胃氣嚟保護我哋免受呢個病毒嘅侵襲。
Yeah, but the only things you need to know, these herbs can raise the yang qi, raise your clear yang. So when you have a hypertension and blood pressure, you may not use this one. You maybe use the dangsheng is better. But huang qi, they can raise the qi and raise your blood pressure. So when you high blood pressure, be careful use this herb.
但係大家要注意喎，黃芪都唔係話個個適用嘅嚇，因為佢可以提升你嘅陽氣，同埋你嘅清陽，所以咧佢對於一啲有高血壓嘅人就係唔適用嘅。如果你有高血壓咧，你就要將佢換成黨參啦。
The second one, 白朮 it's also smell really good, aromatic, and also they can especially tonify the spring, that means internal upright qi. That's they like a pear. The huang qi is tonified the service defending qi. The 白朮 tonify the internal upright qi. They just like a pear work like with ting.
第二個藥咧就係白朮，白朮咧就係可以即係強壯你嘅內在嘅正氣嗰個真氣。咁所以咧同黃芪咧就可以組成一對，黃芪係提高我哋嘅胃外嘅表氣，而白朮咧就可以提高我哋內在嘅一個脾氣，真氣。
Yeah, the last one is a 防風. That herbs maybe you're not really familiar very much because they not category tonify the qi herbal medicine. But why you need to add this one? Because this one just like a guide herbs, such as you go somewhere to tour, and the tour guide will be bring you to some the special visitor points. So 防風 same thing. They are guide herbs. They can guide all of the formulas, other ingredients go to the service, go to your service, and can work more strongly. So that's why we need to add a little bit of dosage of the 防風。
Okay， 第三個咧就係可能大家都唔係好熟悉嘅呢隻藥防風。防風咧佢就係冇補嘅作用嘅，但係咧佢喺呢度咧佢就好似一個即係話可以帶領嗰啲藥走到去我哋嘅胃外呢個位置。佢就好似我哋嘅即係旅遊團嘅嗰個導遊咁，佢將嗰啲我哋嘅補藥咧就帶到我哋需要到嘅位置，嗰個胃外嘅表氣嘅位置。
That's why 防風 it's only a little better dosage, maybe 3 grams. 黃芪 you can put 15 grams. 白朮 you can add like 12 grams. 防風 just little. 防風 also like a bridge. They can let your 黄芪 and 白朮 have communicated. For example, 黄芪 is San Francisco, 白朮 is Oakland. How to let these two cities connected? You need a 防風 like a bridge. Then they can work together. They are 2 different personality person, but they work the same thing. But how to work together? 防风 let they know they can work together. That's why this is a very famous formula. And the second thing is 防风, you can see the name, they can defending the wind. That's why they also have a defending system, special defense the wind. Wind we call the head of the evils. All of the evil, when they invade the body, they have to follow the wind. So if you can defend the wind, then you can defend in other exterior evils.
防風咧就即係好似一個方裏邊嘅一個橋咁咁將呢個一個為外嘅表氣嘅一個藥同埋為內在嘅真氣嘅一個藥連接起嚟，咁佢仲有一個同佢嘅名我哋都知道佢有防風，即係話驅逐呢個風嘅作用。咁風咧係百病之長所以咧可以引嚟各種邪氣嘅所以。防風咧喺呢個方裏邊用量咧需要少啲，但係咧就好重要。
Yeah, because the time is limited. Because we teach at the acupuncture school, and we also talk about the more herbs, just like your child, herbal just like your soldier. How to use our herbs? This is a lot of knowledge. You are not easier to prescribe these herbs. You have to consulting with the experienced, licensed acupuncturist, the herbalist. Why you have the twins, you can know who's older, who's younger, but other people don't know, because you know the different have different kind of the person. But we same thing, we know that each herbs, they have much difference. So all of these formula that they emphasize your immunity and enhance your immunity.
咁咧就咁因為咧用藥咧其實都有好多好精細嘅嘢，因為我哋今日時間有限，就冇辦法講得太多啦。咁都係建議大家喺用藥之前咧，最好能夠去諮詢一啲即係話中藥師或者針灸師即係懂中藥嘅人，因為就好似一個雙胞胎咁，即係只有佢父母能夠講佢哋有咩區別，外人咧大部分都係睇唔出嘅。所以就yeah.
So someone in the audience says they want you to introduce more information on ginseng, like, I don't know, flora, stricta.
Yeah, ginseng, I think I already talked about very detailed. And of course, each ginseng, they also have different levels, but I don't think so there's enough time. We talk one ginseng, maybe you can talk like 1 hour. So I just give you tips. When you buy the whole piece ginseng, you need to look at the ginseng at the ring. If the ring more high density, is a more good quality. And also you look at the shape of more like a beautiful woman, and that's the more like a high quality ginseng. Why call it ginseng? Ginseng should be like a person. So that's why you can see they have a head, they have a body, they have extremities. All of the parts, they have a little bit different functions. But this is a limited time. I don't want to waste too much time to the other one.
即係頭先劉醫生咧就介紹咗大家點樣揀人參，因為人參咧佢話要講你講1個鐘都講唔完，但係咧就呢度咧最實用嘅咧就係教大家點樣揀靚人參。人參首先係睇落去係好似講明係人啊嘛，似人嘅，所以咧佢有頭有身有四肢即係話睇落咧就好似一個靚女咁樣嘅你睇落佢即係好苗條好咩嘅。仲有一個咧就係睇上邊嗰個環嗰個紋路係咪？嗰個紋路越深咧就講明係咪質量越好劉醫生呢個係啦，質量咁翻譯啱就今日就講到呢度，因為好多可以講，但係時間有限。
Other question, maybe people ask, take like J screen powder, can long term. Yeah, usually we can take like 1 month to 3 months, and then take a break. Usually we need to take a break first. Yeah, no matter what kind of herbal medicine, you cannot too long. Usually about 1 month, 1 course. We can continue to take 3 courses. You should be taking the break. The second one, a lot of the public, they very, want to know currently the one medicine to anti-Omicron called 莲花清瘟饮, right? Yeah, 莲花清瘟饮is good. It's a good pattern. They usually found it from the southern of the China. So as you know, the southern China, most of the weather is like Hong Kong, like Canton is mostly warm. That's why this pattern usually good for when you catch a viral is a wing heat type. You have a fever more than your chills. You feel a little bit thirsty, dry, sore throat. You have a sore throat. That's why for Omicron it's good. You have a sore throat. Then you maybe use this one is good. But if you like a pneumonia, you feel cold, you like chills, cold, and you have a lot of coughing and other stuff, maybe this is not the best one. Yeah. The second one, if you have other type of the disease, that's the maybe not the best one. So such as like a Delta. Delta is usually they have a digestive system, very similar to stomach flu. That's the 莲花清瘟疫, not really good for the Delta type of the Crohn disease. So you still need to ask the herbal list and licensed acupuncturist the better when you want to take the 莲花清瘟疫. The most important things everybody know, 莲花清瘟疫 not for preventive. Don't take this one when you have no symptom, no catch it. No, this is not good. They will be damaging your defensive system. So this is only when you take on the beginning, when you catch it. When you catch it, we close touch this patient, you feel a little bit of chill, fever, you have a sore throat, then you take it. Okay, but if you have no symptom, you are negative testing, don't take it.
講得好多啦，已經嚇，我將重點講一講啦。第一個問題就係嗰個玉屏風散係食幾耐？劉醫生建議咧食1到3個月就要停一停啦，中藥都唔可以長期枕住食嘅，所以就最好咧就係1個月到3個月咧就要停。第二個咧就係嗰個蓮花清瘟係適用於乜嘢？點樣邊個病毒感染？即係劉醫生嘅意見咧，就係話好似我哋而家 Omicron 係有喉嚨痛嘅，即係話有好多熱症嘅，咁就適合即係比如好似南方嘅天氣啊，如果係好燥熱嘅，咁又有喉嚨痛，咁就適合蓮花清瘟。但係如果對於一啲已經發展到肺炎嘅氣促嘅，仲有一啲慢性病嘅有基礎病嘅人咧，就蓮花清瘟咧就可能唔係太適合啦。仲有一個咧就係舊年嘅嗰個 Delta 咧就可能有，如果呢個表現出有好多消化道症狀嘅咧，亦都唔適合呢個蓮花清瘟。咁就可能要適合另外一啲即係話胃腸型感冒嘅藥啦。
So that's why one of the questions they ask, should I need consulted from the licensed acupuncturist to find your constitution? Yes. We usually through your tongue, through your face color, through your pulse study, and we ask some questions, and we can know about your constitution and give you some suggestion. But if you never learn the traditional Chinese medicine, you are very easy to mistake. That's why we highly recommend you should be consulted licensed, because licensed acupuncture means they already complete 4 years, the very formal program approved from the government. So that's the way I recommend. The second question is people ask Ginseng, which part of the more powerful? Of course, the head. Head most important, but head more expensive. The only little piece, but is more expensive.
劉醫生回答嗰個話，即係話你可能需要諮詢一個針灸師嚟，即係話睇下你究竟係邊度虛。呢個係真嘅。即係話一般咧，我哋嘅喺加州咧，我哋嘅針灸學校裏邊咧，亦都要求有學中藥嘅，佢哋係經過4年嘅培訓，由政府批准嘅一個執照，所以咧呢個唔係一般人即係話輕易可以達到嘅水平，所以都係有條件嘅，建議大家咧要去諮詢呢個針灸師或者係中藥師，即係睇下你自己屬於邊種體質嚟，然後再進行去即係進補。同埋人身邊個位置效果最強係應該係個頭。劉醫生頭先講話個頭部嘅效果係最好同埋最貴嘅。
They say best we find the the acupuncture, the Dr. O already introduced. You can go to our association website, and maybe Dr. O can type in, and you can go there and look at who is located in your area, and you can find it very easier. You can call them and see any schedule for there.
咁啊，多謝晒 ，Thank you so much.
Thank you.
咁啊，多謝各位嚇，因為你哋通常都係個個都係精英嚟嘅，咁啊識好多嘢，咁我哋咧就聽你哋講咧，真係百厭，即係想成晚聽你講嘅，但係實在時間咧就有限，咁我哋次次咧都過時嘅。不過我都覺得啦，即係如果係各位朋友如果需要離開嘅，就會離開啦自己嚇。不過我哋好多謝你哋咁樣超時咁樣同我哋講呢啲知識嘅。
冇問題。
咁咧我咧就想最後咧。完之前咧就提大家幾樣嘢嘅，咁啊大家知道2月中嘅時候咧，因為呢個 Omicron 咧佢咁橫行咁傳染得咁快啊，咁於是咧我哋發覺咧，我哋平時做嗰啲PCR 檢測咧，嗰啲核酸檢測啊，佢需時太耐，然後先話到嗰個結果俾我哋聽，咁啊喺中間嘅時間咧就太多人感染啦，因為佢未有結果，佢唔知道自己係陽性啊嘛，咁佢咪周圍走咯，所以咧我哋發覺呢個係非常非常之唔可以接受嘅環境嚟嘅，於是咧就政府咧就而家係派發呢啲免費嘅，好似呢度呢個呢個一箱呢盒嘅檢測啦，快速檢測啦，咁啊有好多種嘅，有10幾種唔同嘅牌子嘅，咁啊呢個其中之一嘅啫，咁啊唔止係美國喎，加拿大都有曾經有派過呢啲咁嘅免費嘅檢測盒嘅喎，咁所以咧你哋如果你哋未攞咧，你哋快啲去攞啦，因為而家政府冇錢，我諗佢就嚟就會停咗唔派免費嘅啦 ，OK？ 係每一個地址係可以攞4盒嘅，去邊度攞咧？你就上呢個網站。快快脆脆寫低佢，上呢個網站咧就可以去申請，佢有個好簡單嘅表俾你填咗，你就可以攞噶啦，佢就會寄嚟俾你嘅，你咩都唔使做噶啦，填咗就得噶啦。咁然後咧，你如果係有現疏嘅話咧，你亦都要快快脆脆係即係去攞啲呢啲免費嘅盒，政府咧就會寄8個就送上門嘅，用郵寄俾你。呢啲咧你就要自己去藥房嗰度攞嘅。咁咧邊間藥房咧？咁你就要打電話去問你嗰個保健計劃啦，即係你嗰個現疏啊。因為咧，我發覺好多人咧係冇去攞嘅。你係每個月每一個成員啦都可以去攞8盒嘅，唔係8盒係8個檢測嘅 test。佢好多時一盒有2個喺裏邊，咁你攞4盒咯。咁呢啲咁嘅 test 咧，如果你係自己買咧，佢就會補翻錢俾你，但係佢就最多係補12蚊俾你嘅啫，一個 test。咁所以咧係個價錢通常係貴過12蚊，12蚊有8蚊啊，我唔記得清楚啦。總之佢嗰個價錢咧係補唔足俾你嘅，所以最好咧就係去個藥房嗰度自己攞，咁咧就真係免費啦。咁快啲去做啦嚇！咁我而家轉噶啦，呢個就係 www.covidtest 都好簡單啫，不過記住呢度係雙數嘅 .gov， 呢個就係政府郵寄嘅嚇。未攞就快啲攞啦，因為琴日啫嘛，就係琴日。佢有一個150億嘅財政預算係要繼續係幫我哋防衞呢個Covid 嘅，點知道係冇過唔到關啊！所以而家呢樣嘢吊住，如果佢真係過唔到關嘅咧，咁就即係呢啲錢咧就完全冇咗噶啦。咁咧我哋就通常都好多啲咁嘅資訊咧，都會喺我哋個網站啊咁樣嘅。咁啊，如果你係各位係如果唔喺我哋嘅電郵嗰個網嗰度咧，即係你收唔到我嘅電郵嘅咧，就請你寫信去呢個寫電郵去呢個網站嗰度，咁咧就我哋就會加你個名落去噶啦。咁你亦都可以上我哋嘅網站嗰度，就好簡單嘅啫。AHI 就係代表 Asian Health Institute 啦，.ucsf.edu。咁我哋都喺 Facebook 嘅，你就咁揾 UCSF AHI 咁就得噶啦。或者 YouTube 咧，你如果係 search for 我哋嗰啲嘢咧，就上去 Asian Health Institute 1個字冇 space， 咁咧就會揾到我哋嗰啲料噶啦。我哋亦都係即係非常之多謝各位嚟到參加我哋呢個講座啦。咁咧 ，public health requires the public to work together to get it right。咁咧，如果我哋係想有呢個普健啊，普健即係大家嘅健康。如果我哋想普惠呢個普健咧，就真係要大家共同去努力先做得到嘅。OK，so public health requires the public working together。咁咧而家咧 ，so the situation we are facing now is it looks good And so we are cautiously optimistic. 即係而家因為所有嘅 case 都係下降緊嘅 ，so we seem to be doing okay. The cases are decreasing, but as I said before, some places the cases are going up. So not all places the cases are decreasing, right? So you have to know your local area, you have to know your data, you have to stay vigilant. You have to watch and keep an eye on what the data is doing for your area. So when we say globally, oh, California is increasing, California is decreasing, that makes no sense to you. You need to know if you live in San Francisco, is San Francisco increasing or decreasing? If you live in Oakland, is Oakland increasing or decreasing? Generally, they are at this time, but things can change, right? 所以咧，你係要自己去隨時要留意住啲新聞，去做個警惕，就知道你嗰度附近嗰度咧係 decreasing 嘅 increasing 嘅。咁當然啦，其他嗰啲嘢咧就係我哋嗰啲 case increasing 嘅時候咧，就係都做噶啦，就係做接種疫苗啊，打加強劑啊，去做多啲測試啊，戴口罩啊，社交距離啊，make sure 你間屋企通風，或者係你做嘢嘅地方通風，或者食嘢嘅地方通風啊，或者同就勤洗手啦，係咪？咁咧呢啲嘢咧，我哋係平時都會做噶啦。咁但係而家咧個問題咧就係而家呢啲所有嘅防疫嘅措施啊，政府話唔使做啦咁，大部分嘅地方嘅政府都話唔使做嘅，歐洲又話唔使做啊，英美德同埋意大利 ，OK， 通通都放開晒啦。通關搭飛機唔使去查你有冇疫苗，亦都唔需要查你個檢測有冇陰性。So things are relaxing for in general overall, which is great for the economy. So nobody's going to check your vaccine card going into a restaurant, right? Most places don't, but some places still do. So Raymond was just telling me that, some concerts or operas that people go to, they still want you to show their vaccine card. So individually, different companies, different areas still make requirements of certain things, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So you have to know and cooperate with those places if you want to go and watch a movie or watch a show or listen to a concert, right? So don't, some people get really upset and fight, but it's like you want to go for it, then you respect what people want because companies can make their decision individually. What the government makes are recommendations usually. So we really want you to be careful because Omicron 2 is more infectious, about 30 to 50, 60% more infectious than Omicron 1, and it is coming around. At this point of time, almost 80 to 90% of the infection in the US has tested to be Omicron 2 already. So there's light at the end of the tunnel, but we are not at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. 咁希望大家仲係要保重，保持警惕，因為而家有一個疫情仲係未過嘅。And again, thanks to the speakers and all the volunteers who help us. And see you next time. Thank you.
Okay, see you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. See you. Dr. Liu. 多謝沈醫生，多謝Diana，
多謝晒
Thank you Raymond and Cliff。
多謝阿會長，
多謝Diana，多謝。
Yeah, thank you Diana。
Okay，
多謝你哋。
Okay，拜拜，Good night。